lifting made me fat. When I lifted, I just got fat. Starting strength made me fat. Ripito made me fat. Strong lifts made me fat. Powerlifters are all fat, fat, fat. Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Grant Broggi from the Strength Coach, and today I want to talk about avoiding body fat gain when you start lifting weights. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Spring is here, summer's coming. I'm wearing a light pink shirt because we are headed into warm weather. At least here in South Carolina we are. I hear it's still cold some places around the country. But I bring that up is because when people start to think about summertime, they start to think about looking good. They start to think about maybe being leaner. They think about putting on more muscle mass. And it's often a time, the spring, we've seen it year over year in the gym, where people actually kind of come into the gym to try to prepare their bodies for whatever their goal is. Now, many people will start lifting weights in an effort to put muscle mass on. They'll Google on the internet how to build a bench press, how to get my deadlift up, how to have a bigger chest, and they'll come down to these basic barbell lifts. And so they might start a powerlifting program, they might start a strong lifts, they might start the program starting strength. There's a bunch of different stuff, but they come down to this realization that in order to put on muscle mass, in order to put on real size, I need to do the big barbell lifts that train my whole body, and I need to add a little bit of weight each time to cause adaptation to occur.
Add 5 pounds of workout to your sets of 5 until you're deadlifting 495. And in the process, you've gotten bigger.
And so they do this, and we see this a lot, not just in young men who are trying to put on weight, but men in their 40s and their 50s. They start lifting, maybe to look better, maybe for back pain, and as they begin running this program and doing it, they feel lost in terms of what they're supposed to eat. And 3, maybe 4 months in, they're like, hey, I've gained 15 pounds, my belly's bigger, what in the heck is going on? Or they'll even say, Grant, you made me fat, lifting made me fat. When I lifted, I just got fat. Starting strength made me fat, Ripito made me fat, strong lifts made me fat, powerlifters are all fat, fat, fat.
Mark, you're a fat and ugly.
First of all, it's not my fault that you ate a whole bunch of food.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby!
But let's talk about how you can lift, get stronger, and not put on excessive body fat. The main thing you need to think about is that you have a baseline. You have some type of baseline of some body weight. When you start lifting weights, let's say you weigh 185 pounds, you weigh 185 pounds because on average you eat this many calories, and on average you expend this many calories, and 185 is your body weight. Now, if you're coming from a sedentary background and you begin lifting, you have to realize that your activity background is now going to greatly increase, or maybe you were just a runner before. But whatever your baseline is, you have to kind of think about it when you go into the weight room, because now you're going to add in, let's just say you're running starting strength, 3 times a week lifting. You're gonna squat, you're gonna press, you're gonna bench, you're gonna deadlift. You're gonna do the press and the bench twice a week, and you're gonna squat and deadlift every single time. And every time you go into the gym, it's going to get harder. So here you were, 185-pound guy walking around and sitting at your desk all day and not very active, maybe 5,000 average steps, and you don't really go to the gym. And you add in lifting. And every time you lift, you add more weight to the bar.
Keep the reps the same, increase weight, little bit at a time.
It gets harder. So your body is gonna wanna repair itself. It's gonna wanna fix itself, and it's gonna tell your brain, hey, I'm used to doing this much stuff, now I'm doing this much stuff, and it gets harder every time. You should eat more. You should eat more food.
Drink a gallon of milk a day, maybe a gallon and a half of milk a day.
And that's a natural thing that's gonna happen as a part of recovery. As your hunger is gonna go up, as your squat goes up, as your deadlift goes up, yes, you're going to be hungrier. This is where, though, it's on you and not on me. It's on you to decide what you stuff down that gullet of yours. A lot of people, when they start lifting, they realize that, hey, if I eat a bunch of food, I feel better in the gym. So I'm nervous for my squats tomorrow. Let me just eat a cheeseburger and fries. Let me drink a bunch of milk and eat ice cream on Sunday night before Monday 5x5s. People have this sensation all the time, and so they go and they eat foods that they shouldn't. So you don't have to gain a bunch of weight when you start lifting weights. You may gain some weight, and that's normal as connective tissue, muscles, tendons, and everything gets bigger and stronger. You may gain a couple pounds. This is for women and men, but you shouldn't be gaining excessive body fat just for the sake of making the numbers on the bar go up. So you have to be disciplined with what you eat. Generally, I tell people a good starting point is eat 1 gram of protein per goal body weight. So if you're 185 and you want to stay at 185, eat 185 grams. If you're 200 and you want to be 170, eat 170 grams. That's a good metric. Try to make clean, whole complete proteins. You know, red meat, chicken, fish, all that stuff is good. Watch out for the fat content. Remember, nothing wrong with fat. That's why I did carnivore first quarter this year to show you that. But in the gym, we primarily use proteins and carbohydrates. Proteins to kind of rebuild muscle and all that stuff. Carbohydrates for energy in the gym. So if I'm eating a whole bunch of protein, I want to make sure I'm not eating too much fat. I'm gonna get fat in the meat already, so don't go, as I've said before, chasing down avocados and almonds. And then kind of use your carbs as your throttle. And then here's the other thing. You are in control. So if you start lifting and you've been lifting for 2 to 3 weeks and you gain 5 pounds and you don't like it, guess what? Eat less. It's okay. Eat a little less. Have what you want to happen. You do not have to just eat more and more and more and more food just to make your deadlift get up to 300 pounds. Are you better if you're in a caloric surplus in terms of gaining strength quicker? Yes, but if your goal is to not gain a bunch of body weight, then don't gain a bunch of body weight. But it's not the lifting's fault. The lifting's fault is a new addition that you added in that made you more hungry. The fault of the weight gain was for what you decided to do with that hunger and what you decided to eat. So don't throw the pasta out with the pasta water or the baby with the bath water, or however the saying goes. Lift weights, add weight, get stronger. Also, don't be a fat, whatever in the kitchen. Be responsible, eat clean, eat in moderation. You don't have to gain a bunch of weights when lifting weights, but you should buy Strength Coach plates. Hope this video helps. If it does, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.